After age 55, many men start carrying a very quiet worry. I don't know if I'm normal. Am I smaller than other men? Am I still enough for my wife? If you've ever thought that, let me say this first. You are not weird at all. In fact, plenty of healthy, successful men still doubt their bodies simply because they compare themselves to the wrong things, measure the wrong way, and hear too much exaggerated information. In today's video, I'm going to help you with 3 clear things: what science says is normal, how to measure length and girth correctly so you don't scare yourself with bad numbers, what matters more than size, and when you should see a doctor. My promise, by the end of this video, you'll feel calmer and more confident in a very grounded man-to-man way. Number 1, a truth nobody says out loud: average is smaller than you think. A lot of men grow up believing average erection size is around 6 to 6.3 inches. That belief is incredibly common, but it's largely shaped by movies, locker room myths, and porn, not real-world data. When researchers look at large groups of men and combine results across studies, the numbers usually come out lower than most people expect. The average erect length is closer to about 5.1 inches, and the average erect girth is about 4.3 to 4.7 inches. In plain terms, that means most completely normal men fall in the 4.7 to 5.5 inches range when erect. So if you're in that range, you're not behind. You're right where the majority of healthy men are. So why do so many guys feel like they're losing? Usually it's because they're being misled by 3 powerful illusions. Porn. The industry tends to feature rare extremes because it sells fantasy, not reality. Perspective. Looking down from above can make things appear smaller than they actually are. And wrong measuring method. Measuring from the belly skin instead of pressing to the pubic bone can shave off a surprising amount, which makes it not feel like enough. When you compare yourself using distorted references and incorrect measurements, confidence can take a real hit, even when your body is perfectly normal. Number 2, the correct way to measure length. Measure to the bone, not to the skin. If you want a number you can actually trust, you have to measure the same way researchers and doctors do. Most too small worries come from measuring inconsistently or starting from the wrong spot. The goal is to get a fair, repeatable measurement, not a number that changes depending on posture, lighting, or body fat. You'll need a straight ruler, not a flexible tape, good lighting, and a calm mindset. Stress can affect erection quality, which can change the result. How to measure erect length. Recommended method. Measure along the top side of the penis, the side facing up toward your belly. Place the ruler at the pubic bone, then measure straight to the tip. Key detail: gently press the ruler into the fat pad until you feel the bone. This matters because belly fat and the pubic fat pad can hide some visible length, especially after age 50. For the most consistent result, stand or sit the same way each time and don't bend the ruler. Tip: measure 2 to 3 times on different days, then use the average. Avoid measuring in a rush or when you're anxious. Number 3, how to measure girth. Use a soft measuring tape, measure around the middle. Many studies suggest girth often matters more for sensation, but men tend to ignore it. How to measure? Use a soft measuring tape, like a tailor's tape. Wrap it around the mid-shaft. Don't pull it too tight, don't leave it too loose. Record the erect circumference. Again, average erect girth often lands around 4.3 to 4.7 inches. Number 4, why it can look shorter after 55. Usually 3 reasons you can improve. A lot of men reach their late 50s or 60s and say, "I swear I was bigger when I was younger." And in many cases, you're not imagining things, but it's usually not true shrinkage in the way people fear. What's often changing is what's visible and how firm the erection is, not the actual anatomy.
In most cases, three common factors are at play. The pubic fat pad hides visible length. As the lower belly and pubic areas store more fat with age, it can cover part of the base, making the penis look shorter, even though the underlying length hasn't changed. Erection quality drops. If blood flow is reduced, the penis may not reach the same maximum firmness or fullness, which can slightly reduce apparent length and girth. Stress and anxiety increase. Worry activates the fight or flight response, which can tighten blood vessels and make it harder for the body to open the valve for strong erections. The good news, two of these are highly changeable with lifestyle. Losing even a modest amount of waistline often makes things look and measure longer. Bone-pressed measurement becomes more accurate. And improving cardiovascular health, walking, strength training, better sleep, and smarter nutrition often improves erection quality because an erection is fundamentally a blood vessel event. Number 5. When size truly matters in real life, choosing the right condom fit. Here's one of the few situations where size genuinely matters in a practical, everyday way, choosing the right condom fit. A condom that doesn't fit well can create problems that have nothing to do with performance and everything to do with comfort and safety. Too tight can feel uncomfortable, restrict blood flow, reduce sensation, and in some men it can even make it harder to maintain a strong erection. It may also increase the chance of tearing. Too loose can slip during sex, which increases the risk of pregnancy and infections, and it can break the flow of intimacy because you're forced to stop and adjust. That's why when selecting a condom, it's smart to focus on girth, circumference, often more than length. Length usually has enough flexibility, but girth determines how securely and comfortably it stays in place. If you've had issues before, trying a different width can make a surprisingly big difference. Number 6. When you should see a doctor. This is the part that actually matters. Most men only need accurate information and proper measuring, but you should see a urologist or men's health doctor if you notice any of these: pain during erections or significant curvature that's increasing, a feeling of shrinking quickly over a short period of time, ongoing erectile dysfunction that clearly impacts your relationship, or worry about size that becomes obsessive and makes you avoid intimacy. There's also something medicine recognizes: severe anxiety about being too small, even when measurements are normal. In many cases, the most effective starting point is accurate education and appropriate psychological support. No shame. This is health, and health always deserves solutions. Conclusion. Let's quickly recap the 5 most important takeaways from today. Scientific averages are roughly 5.1 inches erect length and 4.3 to 4.7 inches erect girth, and most healthy men fall close to that range. For an accurate length measurement, always measure from the pubic bone to the tip, not from the belly skin. Girth matters, and it's often the more practical measurement for comfort and condom fit, yet many men ignore it. If things look shorter after 55, it's often due to the pubic fat pad and weaker erections, and both can improve with lifestyle and better blood flow. And if you notice pain, worsening curvature, rapid changes, or anxiety that becomes obsessive, don't tough it out alone. Get checked early. And I want to end with something real. Your value isn't a number. It's your health, your confidence, and the way you show up for your partner with care, presence, and respect. Now leave a comment for me. Which topic should we cover next? Naturally improving erection quality after 55, or reducing belly and pubic fat to increase visible length? If this video helped you feel calmer and more confident, consider subscribing. This channel is here to give men honest, science-based guidance without shame.